This video is about threading text and working with columns. So I just want to show you a few things. Threading text means that, for instance, if I have a text box and there is too much text in it, so here's a for instance, you might have an area of text and then subsequently the design changes, so this will shrink down, and you now have overset text. That red box indicates that there is hidden text in the cropping device of the frame. So what I can do is, if I have another text frame, so on another page, another part of the magazine and so on, you could pick up that text. You simply click on the box and you can see I've got the text here, and I can throw it into the next frame. And if I make adjustments now to that frame, the other frame will change. And that's because they're now threaded together. Okay. Likewise, if I deleted something from here, then this one will shrink. So if I add columns into the mix, well, I select a text frame, I get an option to add columns. Then let's just look at a single column page here. With the columns, you obviously have a gutter in the middle, and you can change that gutter size here. But as well as that, you have a number of ways of justifying the columns themselves. So at the moment, the standard default mechanism is unbalanced columns, which is what you typically normally read, but you could balance the columns up if that was appropriate to what you required. And then you also have a top or bottom distinction. So you can align them to the top or the bottom or to the middle. And then the final is justify vertically. So this will fill the text frame, spread the text throughout, and give you will add in its own version of leading really in between the lines to fill the text frame. Practice. All of these things come together to help you design something before you have all the materials in. So you might have frames ready for images. You might begin to set up the start of an article, and you can put the frames in place ready and waiting for the actual copy to come in. So you could do something like this. You could take, let's add in a column. And then I'm going to file place that document. So this is a Word document. This is a Word document that I produced earlier. And of course, at the bottom of that page, I'm going to see this overset text because the document is longer. I can pick up that text, and I can create as many text frames as I need. So if I wanted a sequence of text going across here, I can keep picking up the text and reveal the text as I'm drawing the text boxes. So that can go on for as long as I require it. And then, of course, I can add columns in as necessary. However, again, if you just simply use the trick that is shown in a separate video, top tips, if I file place the text and I make sure that I have applied text wrap to everything that is going to exclude the text, then I can use the margins again to allow the text to flood through. And if I hold Shift while I do it, and you can see it's moved through the whole document, and I can run through the document making the changes that I require, such as the columns. Let's add another bunch of columns in here, and so on. And any changes that are made up here, so if my client decides they want to move the images, change the images, a bit bigger and fill it, then everything is going to ripple through the document. You just have to keep your eye on the very end of the document to check whether there's any overset text. By the way, this pink indicates that the placed text that I've tried to bring in is a font that I don't have on this computer. So it's a little warning telling me that I need to fix the text. So columns help me organize, and threading allows me to create a text box and connect it to other text boxes. Sometimes nowhere near this original text box, so it could be several pages into the magazine, continued somewhere else. So I could have a text box on page 101, and this is page 10 if need be. And I can pick up the text and thread it into the next text box, and they're forever connected.